The simulation flickers to life, a kaleidoscope of colors swirling into existence. Rin's fingers dance across her tablet, creating worlds with a touch. But something's off. The colors seem muted, the joy hollow. She's been alone for so long, the weight of isolation pressing down on her chest like a physical force. Rin sighs, her breath fogging the air in front of her. When did the simulation start to feel so cold? She shivers, wrapping her arms around herself. The lush forest she just created looks beautiful, but she can't shake the feeling that something's missing. Someone's missing. Suddenly, the world around her glitches. The trees warp and twist, melting away to reveal a scene she doesn't recognize. A bustling city street materializes, the air thick with the scent of rain and car exhaust. Rin's heart races as she sees a little girl, no more than 10, walking hand in hand with a man. Dad? The word escapes her lips before she can stop it, a forgotten memory bubbling to the surface. The man turns and Rin gasps. It's her father, Shigeru, looking younger and less burdened than she somehow remembers. He smiles down at the young Rin, his eyes crinkling at the corners. What is it, my little star? Rin reaches out, desperate to touch them, to feel the warmth of human contact after so long. But her hand passes through them like smoke. She's not really there. She never was. The scene shifts again, and Rin finds herself in a dimly lit laboratory. Shigeru hunches over a workbench, dark circles under his eyes as he frantically types on a computer. News reports flicker on screens around him, all bearing the same grim message. Moon-sized object on collision course with Earth. Impact imminent. Rin's stomach twists as she watches her father work, the pieces of her forgotten past slowly falling into place. She sees the single-passenger spacecraft he builds, the life support systems he checks and double-checks. She watches as he programs the simulation, his fingers flying across the keyboard as he creates the world she's been living in for the past 7 years. I'm so sorry, Rin, Shigeru whispers, his voice thick with unshed tears. I hope one day you'll understand why I had to do this. Rin wants to scream, to beg him not to send her away, but she's powerless to change the past. She can only watch as her younger self is placed in the spacecraft, blissfully unaware of the fate that awaits her. The ground shakes violently, and through the laboratory windows, Rin sees it. A celestial body, wreathed in flames, hurtling towards Earth. Shigeru works frantically, initiating the launch sequence with trembling hands. Live, my daughter, he says as the spacecraft shoots skyward. Live for both of us. Then the world explodes in a blinding flash of light. Rin jolts back to her simulated reality, gasping for air. The sterile walls of her living pod seem to close in around her, suffocating in their emptiness. She reaches for her tablet, desperate to recreate the comforting illusions she's lived with for so long. But as her fingers touch the screen, she hesitates. It's all a lie. Every beautiful world she's created, every moment of fleeting happiness, none of it is real. She's been alone this whole time, drifting through the void of space while everyone she ever knew or loved turned to ash. Rin's vision blurs as tears fill her eyes. She curls into herself, the tablet clattering to the floor. For the first time in 7 years, she allows herself to truly feel the crushing weight of her solitude. Why? She sobs, her voice hoarse from disuse. Why did you save me? Why didn't you let me die with everyone else? But there's no answer. There never will be. Rin is alone in the vastness of space, the sole survivor of a planet reduced to cosmic dust. As her sobs subside, Rin slowly uncurls herself. She picks up the tablet, her lifeline in this sterile prison. With shaking hands, she begins to draw, but this time, she doesn't create fantastical landscapes or imaginary friends. She draws Earth as she remembers it. The busy streets of Tokyo. The park where her father used to take her. The faces of people long gone, preserved only in her fragmented memories. Rin works tirelessly, pouring every ounce of her grief and longing into the images. When she finishes, she sits back, surveying her creation. It's not perfect. The colors are off, the proportions slightly wrong. But it's real. It's hers. For the first time in years, Rin allows herself to remember, to mourn, to feel the full weight of what she's lost. As she floats through the endless void, surrounded by the ghosts of her past, Rin makes a decision. She won't hide from the truth any longer. She'll carry the memory of Earth with her, honoring those who were lost by living the fullest life she can. It won't be easy. The loneliness will always be there, a constant ache in her chest. But as Rin looks out at the star-studded expanse before her, she feels a flicker of something she hasn't felt in a long time. Hope. She may be alone, but she's alive. And as long as she's alive, Earth's legacy lives on. Rin takes a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. She has a long journey ahead of her, but she's ready to face it. After all, she's her father's daughter, his little star, shining bright in the darkness of space. As Rin drifts onward, carried by the momentum of her father's final act of love, she whispers a promise to the void. I'll make you proud, Dad. I'll live. For both of us. The simulation fades to black, leaving Rin alone with her thoughts and the endless expanse of stars. But for the first time in 7 years, she doesn't feel the need to escape into a fantasy world. She's ready to face reality, no matter how painful it might be. Because sometimes, the most beautiful things are born from the deepest sorrows. And Rin, the loneliest star in the universe, is determined to shine as brightly as she can.